Alrighty, something looks good already. That kitchen, can't wait. Well, we have our book chat segment, and I'm pretty excited about this one today because it has to do with kids. Yes, you all know I have two of them, and I cannot wait to review the book and also read it to them later on. Anyways, but today's book is titled Mansa Musa Builds a School. This one is authored by Oladele Olafuyi, a marketing professional with over 10 years of experience working in various marketing roles with FMCG companies, and his passion for changing the African narrative around the world motivated him to create Kunda Kids, a publishing and creative media studio that illuminates African stories through books, songs, animations, and games. And today, he's here to talk us through Mansa Musa Builds a School. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing today?
I'm very well.
Now, let's quickly talk about Kunda Kids. I mean, your wife created it. What inspired it?
Yes, so, we live in London.
Okay.
And last year, when lockdown started, we have a 2.5-year-old son right now.
Okay.
We were like, we really want him to grow up understanding where he's come from, his African roots, and we started doing a lot of research during lockdown. Like, let's buy children's books that represent him, and to our surprise, there's not much out there, and it's so bad that as at then, only 1% of recently published children's books in the UK are the lead black character.
Wow.
It's gone up to 2% now.
Okay.
But it's still, the summary is there's a serious lack of diversity in children's books. And children's books, that's like the first way kids get to see the world. And unfortunately, our kids are not getting proper representation. So my wife and I sat down and we said, let's start Kunda Kids to start publishing children's books that will change the narrative and improve the world that our kids grow up in.
Yeah, fantastic. And I see that you also create like stories that focus on Africans that have done great things, and hence the book Mansa Musa. Let's talk about Mansa Musa here. What inspired this character, though?
Yes, so interesting. So I did my MBA at the University of Cambridge George Business School.
Okay.
And during that time, I asked my classmates, do you know the richest person in history? They were like, I think it's Rockefeller, And I said, well, go and do your research. And they came back the next day and said, the richest person in history is Mansa Musa from Mali. And unfortunately, a lot of us, we Africans, don't even know that the richest person in history is Mansa Musa. And that's because there's a problem when it comes to teaching history, some of the curriculum.
It's lagging in a lot of schools.
Right. So what we are trying to correct is we want our kids to grow up more enlightened. We want them to grow up with a better sense of identity, for them to grow up knowing themselves. And then we decided to write a book series called Africa's Little Kings and Queens. So this is one of the first books we wrote, Mansa Musa Builds a School.
Yeah.
Mansa Musa was the emperor of Mali. Mansa Musa was so rich. His net worth is estimated to be over $400 billion in today's money, almost twice of Elon Musk's net worth. And other books in the series, there are like 7 books in the series right now.
Okay.
We wrote another one about Shaka Zulu from South Africa, Queen Moremi from Nigeria.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah, Santua from Ghana, Queen Kitami from Uganda.
Yeah.
King Albri from Senegal, fantastic book.
Yeah.
And the latest one we've just released is about Queen Amina and the Zazal Games.
Okay.
Because we want our kids to grow up knowing they are real-life heroes that they can look up to.
Fantastic. So the story here, so in just a few pages, you were able to, articulate everything that Mansa Musa, has done, in the book in very clear, terms and words, which I really loved. I mean, kids reading this, kids are really going to love it, and they're going to, easily connect with it. Now, let's talk about the things that Mansa Musa did, because here it looks like you made it you made Mr. Musa look like a child.
Yes, we
Was
did.
there a reason for that?
Yes. Number one, when kids read books, it's important they can connect. And what's really important is we want kids to be able to see themselves in books. So we did a lot of research while writing the stories.
Okay.
And one thing that came out strong is, kids just want to have fun. And we're like, let's give kids very fun stories. Let's give them adventures. And we wanted to tell the story of Mansa Musa, because when you read the story of Mansa Musa built a big university in Mali, which was the center of learning in the ancient world. Scholars from all over the world
went there to
study.
There.
When people say Africans didn't write, that library, in the Mansa Musa school had so many manuscripts. It was a center of learning in the ancient world. And we decided to write a story about Mansa Musa building a school to let kids understand, this is Mansa Musa, a great person, and you can also be great like him. Mansa Musa.
Oh, so I see why you decided to, play his character down, make him seem like a child. Yeah, which was really good. So I'm not exactly sure if, like you said, this is actually a fictional one, as much as, you try to tell Mansa Musa's story and his impact and when it comes to education. But here where he went, so this was what actually, resonated with me, or just struck a chord, where he went to visit the seller.
Yeah, the fruit
and she didn't know how to read. Please tell me that's not true, or it was just based on your imagination.
So this book series that we've written, what we do is, like I said earlier, we know kids just want to have fun. So we take inspiration from what we know is true about the characters. For instance, Mansa Musa built a university because he was passionate about education and learning. So we took inspiration from that to write a fictional story depicting, and a very fun story for kids.
Yes, it is actually really fun.
It was about him going into town and saying, oh my God, my people are actually not educated. What can I do to help? And you realize we have kids that have read this book and they're like, you know what, I actually want to help people, Dad. I want to be like Mansa Musa. I want to teach people. We have written our books to teach soft skills. For instance, this talks about generosity,
entrepreneurship
and
as
innovation. You look at some of our other books, they talk about things like kindness, responsibility, building confidence, forgiveness, a lot of soft skills that kids really need to learn.
Thank you so much for this book. I enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to put this on my kids' storybook shelf later today. Thank you so much, Dele, for this, this is really good, and I think everyone should actually go out and look out for Kunda Kids online. All righty, we have to go now, people. We're taking a quick break. We will be right back. Stay with us.